stand back? Oh,
Back.
okay. Give me a minute. My speech is titled Sleep Safe, and this is a book I discovered after approaching a potential new employer. They have a new little shop down in the Rice Village called New Living, and they're not just about selling products, but they're also promoting education to the public about toxins, environmental issues that we have. And interestingly enough, in the last few weeks, I couldn't figure out what it was, but every time I entered my house and left my house, I would get this, like, chemicals, and I don't know if you've ever have you ever opened a bottle of, for no other reason, like a really strong chemical, like cleaning agent, and just felt like the whole inside of your nose is just burning?
Yes.
And that's how I felt. I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. But I think I've finally concluded it was my neighbor was painting something or using something that was entering my house. But what came up for me is, you know, I'm at this age, and some women will relate, that sometimes because of hormones, I'm thinking, that sometimes I might have those nights where I wake up every 2 hours, or just, you know, I never quite get a good night's sleep. Sometimes I contributed to alcohol does the reverse for me that it does for other people. But then I started to realize after reading this book that maybe there's another factor. Believe it or not, you know, most of us don't even think about, you know, you're exposed to toxins throughout your life, all over the world, in your everyday work environment, just everywhere you go. And the one place you hope is safe to sleep is in your house and in your bedroom and in your bed. What I come to find out is mattresses and linens, for one, the one place you hope not to be exposed to toxins, are probably the worst as far as toxins go. For one thing, I took it upon myself. I said, you know, I'm just going to look at the label on my bed that I bought just, I'm going to say about 5 years ago, within the last 5 years. It's I won't say what brand, but it's one of those Posturepedic brands with a pillow top. And so I not only looked at the label, and I found that white tag that, you know, the law says you're not supposed to remove this white tag. I looked at it, and it gives me the breakdown of what's in the mattress. The top one being the most prominent is polyurethane foam, 63%. The other ones are polyethylene foam, and then some man-made fibers and polypropylene foam. So it's foam. And if you've ever even looked at the basic 3 ingredients of foam, are usually crude oil, like natural gas, and sodium chloride. First of all, when they make polyurethane foam, it's a process that involves a lot of chemicals, and most of them, the majority of them, are highly toxic, and in some cases a lot of them are considered carcinogens. And here we are sleeping on them and breathing this in all night long. So the other thing that's pretty amazing is that though the government's supposed to regulate industry and manufacturing, they don't, and they regulate food processing and a lot of other areas like in the health industry. They don't regulate the manufacturing of bedding. And the whole purpose of what I started getting interested in is, wow, you know, look at this mattress I've been sleeping on for the past couple of years. Maybe it's the culprit as to why I'm not sleeping well at night. This guy, it's amazing how extensive research this guy has done, because he grew up basically basically totally sensitive to everything in his environment. And he spent his whole life trying to find resources for one thing, for bedding, that he wasn't sensitive to. There are sources. One is, I'll get back to it, is that store down in the Rice Village. There are a few sources now coming available. And I know of people, in fact, unfortunately my husband passed away. He passed away of pulmonary fibrosis, which is, I think part of it he was grown up with, and part of it was just constant exposure to chemicals. So chemicals definitely have impact on your whole system, your whole body. Everything from, sometimes you can get headaches, feeling nauseous, dizzy, respiratory problems, heart, cancers are related to all these chemicals. So the one place you can at least start, the one place you can start, it's hard to control the world, but one place you can start is in your home. And the first place to start so that you can have a healthier life, a healthier way of life, is to improve your bedding and your mattress. One thing is to find an organic, one that's made with organic cotton. And the organic means not grown with pesticides, not treated with chemicals in the process, but made totally organic. And that means the outer shell of the, the covering of the mattress, and usually the top layers. The other part is the core. Usually they recommend latex, not synthetic latex, but the true natural latex, like they will call it rubber latex, that comes from the tree. And even though it's a little bit more costly to produce, in the long run you're going to be better off because there's no chemicals in it, or less chemicals. The other thing is when you're getting your sheets and your bedding, if you see anything that says stain resistant, or if it has a scent to it when you open the package, that's a chemical. That's what you're breathing in. Also, when you clean your sheets, another big no-no is watch out for fabric softeners, especially those little sheets you put in the dryer. Those are all chemicals. So if you can reduce those chemicals that you sleep with or breathe in all night so that your body actually gets a complete rest and gets to restore itself, which is what sleep is supposed to be about, then you're going to be winning in the long run. With that, I will complete my topic. And these up here are just some of the chemicals that you will be exposed to when you're sleeping. Thank you.